What do you do when Grady kicks you out in the middle of the night and the last train has stopped and there's no buses? Short end of the story, you walk. To listen to the rest of the story, stay tuned. Hi Dawnies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel and you like listening to sad, funny, ridiculous stories, please subscribe. Mom would say it's like a bad sitcom. Anyway, let's talk about my experience with Grady. So this was back in October of last year. I think it was about maybe 68 degrees. And for some reason, I had like this pounding headache. It felt like I had just got off a roller coaster and my head was spinning, my body was spinning the other direction. And I was just like, what is going on? This is not feeling good. And so I went the whole day with my head spinning, thinking, oh, maybe I have a cold or something. But it just kept getting worse and worse. And what's that word? Y'all know I can't talk. I'm not even going to try to say it. Debilitating. It was debilitating. Anyway, so about 3 p.m. I had told the case manager, oh yeah, y'all know, I'm in transition, so I'm presently in a shelter. Anyway, so I told the case manager and she's like, oh, you need to go to the clinic because there's a clinic here on campus. So I went to the clinic. The nurse there was thinking, oh, well, since you just had a procedure, meaning I had my nerves burned about maybe 2 weeks prior. No, about a week prior. Anyway, so that nurse here at the clinic was thinking, oh, well, maybe it's a reaction from the steroids and the steroids are making you dizzy. And the nurse here was saying, well, if you still feel that way, you probably need to call your pain management nurse. So that's what I did. I called my pain management nurse and she was telling me the steroids shouldn't cause you to feel dizzy this long and you might need to seek medical attention. I wasn't trying to hear that. I didn't want to go anywhere. It was a Friday. I just wanted to chill, but my head and my body wouldn't let me because one is going this way while the other one is going that way, and woo, it was not fun. Well, after talking to the pain management nurse, I finally broke down. And asked the case manager to call 911. So here comes the ambulance and they're like, well, where do you want to go? Now, my favorite place, because I'm there at least 2 to 3 times a week, is Northside. Northside has been very good to me, and that's where I wanted to go. However, I'm on the west side of Atlanta, and that was too far, so they couldn't take me to Northside. So I couldn't think of any other hospital because, like I said, my head's going this way and my body's going this way. Anyway, so I was like, Grady it is. So I'm at Grady. They give me some medicine. They check my vitals, give me an x-ray, do all this stuff. I think it was about 7 p.m. is when I was diagnosed with vertigo. Now, I thought vertigo was basically being scared of heights. I didn't know vertigo was something else. Well, once they told me it was vertigo and gave me some medicine for dizziness, of course I looked it up on YouTube, like what the heck is vertigo? Because they didn't really explain what it was. Anyway, it's particles in the inner ear and there's a method to get it out. And I didn't need that nasty medicine. I have enough medicine with all my other injuries. I don't need another diagnosis. It's annoying. Now, you know how hospitals are. They will wake you up I don't know how often they would wake you up because I was sleeping so good. But they were waking me up. They were waking me up and tell me to get up and walk and see if the dizziness is still there. And I was still kind of slightly dizzy or however. Well, I made the mistake of telling them, okay, the dizziness has slowed down. So you know what they did. They discharged me. It's about 11:30 and they discharged me and I was like, well, I need a ride home because I don't really know how to get home. I mean, I know now, but at the time I didn't know how to get back to the shelter. So it was said to me one of the nurses was saying, oh, well, we have a social worker. They'll set up a ride for you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get dressed and get prepared to go to the social worker's office. So I'm waiting in the waiting room for about maybe an hour. Felt like an hour. I don't know how long. Anyway, the social worker calls me in, and she asks me for my name and social security, and she starts typing on the machine and doing something. She was typing so fast, I was like, okay, next thing I know, oh, you don't have Medicaid, we can't help you. Seriously? I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have any way to get back. It's, it's the middle of the night now. So at this point, I'm heated. I go in the emergency room, made the mistake of saying, oh, she can't find me a ride. Next thing I know, the attendant's like, give me your name badge, please, and thank you. I just, side note, y'all know I digress. Please and thank you in the same sentence is condescending. It is, may I please have your badge after I give you the badge to cut off my wrist. Then you say, you don't put it all together, please and thank you, because you don't really mean it. You're just rude. It's condescending and rude. But back to the story. So once I take the badge off, I'm like, where am I supposed to go now? I don't have any transportation. And they were saying, oh, call a friend. I don't know anybody in the middle of the night that would be willing to come and get me, because the only people I know live in Clayton County, and I don't know about calling them to take me down the street to Atlanta. I don't know. Anyway, I was like, well, I don't have anybody to come and get me. And so I was like, well, I'm going to wait in the waiting room. And they were telling me, oh, you can't wait in the waiting room. Well, I did it anyway. Then after maybe 30 minutes, they just started kicking people out. If they weren't there with friends and family, and if they didn't have a wristband, they can't stay. So this time, I'm even more heated. Here I am, still half dizzy. The social worker's like, oh, we can't help you. And now y'all want to kick me out in the middle of the street, and it's nighttime, and I don't know these people out here. So yeah, I was dramatic, and I was like, if I get raped or killed, blood is on your hands. And I said it about maybe 5 times, because I was scared. It was a little freaky getting kicked out in the middle of the night, and it was a little chilly. I mean, yeah, 60s is not that chilly, but y'all know I'm from California. It's chilly, and the wind, I don't know, it was a little chilly to me. Thank goodness I had 2 coats. So now I'm kicked out. I'm unfamiliar with the area. I asked the security guard, how did you get to the train station or the bus? He's like, follow this road, turn here, do this, da 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 da. So he gives me some convoluted directions. I'm out there getting lost, don't know where I'm supposed to go to get to this train. I see the train go by, and I'm like, where he told me to go, that's not the train station. All I had to do was just follow the same path and go straight to the train station. So I wandered around in the middle of the street. Thank goodness it was bright lights. One thing I can say about Grady, at least it's lit up. The street is lit up. So it was scary, but it wasn't too bad. Anyway, so I finally figured out where the train was, and I was like, oh, well, let me just go hang out in the train station until the next train comes, because I evidently missed the last train. So now, like I said, I'm stuck. So I'm sitting in the train station, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got my YouTube, I got my battery charger. This will keep me entertained until the train starts running again. And then I mentioned my head started spinning again. I'm like, this is not cool. I'm out here in the middle of the night, don't know where I am, can't get back to the shelter. My head is going this way while my body's going this way. It was a horrible feeling. So like I said, at least I was sitting down and I'm watching my YouTube videos, trying to just maintain some composure. The MARTA police come and say, everybody gotta go, train is closed, go. And I'm like, great. What am I supposed to do now? So I'm leaving the train station and I'm trying to look at the time schedule to see when the train starts running again, because, you know, now it's really the middle of the night. Next thing I know, this dude comes up to me and he's like, where'd you get your boots from? I've never seen those before. Who told me to wear some Fila boots to the, what do you call it? What do you call those hospitals? The community hospital. Who told me to do that? I'm in the middle of the night and I'm like, Lord, please don't let me get jumped for these boots. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to maintain until the train comes again. This is not cool. Oh, therefore, me, my rolling cart, and my boots walk back to the hospital where I feel is kind of safe. And one good thing about walking up and down the street, it was like this guy was like kind of tucked away and he had this big speaker and he's playing this loud music, and it was good music, so it kind of kept me entertained inside, you know, while I'm also freaking out that I'm out in the middle of the night. So one time I just stood in front of the hospital for a minute, just praying, basically praying, just, you know, I have no words. I was praying. So about an hour, I go back to the emergency room, and I ran into someone I knew, so I was able to talk to her for a minute, and then she was with some guy, and he's asking me, how do you get to Piedmont Hospital? I'm like, I don't know. And so I'm communicating with her because I had to give her some information because people wanted me to relay some information to her. Anyway, so we're conversing, whatever, and next thing I know, I'm like, well, can I hang out with you guys? Because I'm thinking I need to be with somebody I kind of know, because I'm scared. And dude's like, we're about to go find somewhere to sleep. So basically, I'm fending for myself. She says stay in the lights. So that was the advice I got. Stay in the lights. So I go back to another section. I guess it's the main entrance of the hospital, not the emergency room. And I kind of just chill by the ADA ramp. And I chilled there for about another 30 minutes watching YouTube, just trying to kill time. Cause what am I supposed to do? There's no train, there's no bus. I'm just out here in the middle of the night, just stuck. So like I said, about 30 minutes then, I decided, oh, let me go ask this one security guard at the hospital to see, you know, if she knows when the next train comes. So before I could get into the first double doors, she comes running, almost fell over her chair, and comes out of one of the double doors. It's like a double door, then a foyer, and then another set of double doors. So she comes running out. You can get it! Go! And I'm like, I just want to know when the you can get it! I was like, you know what? Literally dust my feet off and you have a good day. Guess I won't get the answer to my question, but we're just gonna pray for you, because I don't know what's going on with you. All I wanted to know is if you happen to know when the train starts again. Simple question, but no. Whew. Securities. Anyway, so here I am, walking up and down the streets again. At one point, I guess it's a parking lot, I tried to like sit on the steps in between the parking lot, and that didn't work. And I tried some other stuff, and then I was like, okay, let me just go back and stand in front of the hospital. I stand in front of the hospital, and here comes these big old rats, and I'm like, oh, we can't just stand here, because I don't want anything to crawl over my feet. No. Don't do rats. Don't do rodents. Don't even like rabbits. So no. So I was like, let me continue walking. I just walk up and down the street. By this time, you know my back is killing me, but what can I do? I can't stand still. Plus my head is going this way and my body's going this way. So I'm just in a big old fog, feeling like I got off the roller coaster every 2 seconds. It was not fun. It was a horrible feeling. I couldn't take it. So I don't know how long I've been out there, but I was like, let me just walk back to the train station. And maybe somebody will know when the train starts again. Oh, I forgot to say that first initial time when we got kicked out of the train. One thing I know, people really do care for each other because there was a group of people, and one guy was like, I got some cereal bars and some chips and stuff. So I guess they're ready. They're like, either they were homeless as well or they just got kicked out and they had to wait for the next train, but they were prepared. They had their food and everything and was willing to share. So I was like, that's cool. I didn't know them and I wasn't going over there, but I was just like, that's cool. Let me get away from this man and try to get my food stuff. Anyway, getting back to the train. So once I get back to the train station, I ran into this lady who was also waiting in the waiting room, and evidently the same thing happened to her. Evidently the social worker was like, no Medicaid, can't help you. Woo! Atlanta. Anyway, she and I were conversing, and then we just started praying together, which helped. One thing we knew out of this whole experience was to rely on the Lord above, our Heavenly Father. That's in the name of Jesus. That was the only way. Because, let me say, He protected me that whole night because I was freaking out. So like I said, we were praying, and then we decided to go across the street to the train station where there was benches so we can at least sit, because standing after all that walking and all that standing, girl, talk about pain. Anyway, so we're sitting down and we're just conversing some more, and people are gathering, and we're like, when does the train start again? And somebody was like 4:45, somebody else said 6. It's Saturday early in the middle of the morning, so who knows when the train starts. So about 4:45, the MARTA police come and they open up the train station. We're like, yay! We're gonna get on the train and we're gonna go. So we're sitting up there. I'm waiting on the train going towards H.E. Holmes. So we're sitting up there and we're like, oh, here's the train. Psych. Oh, here's the train. Psych. That happened about 10 times. I don't know if they were testing the trains or taking one train to the other end, way to the other end of the track. What is that, Indian Creek? I don't know. But I just know we got psyched out about 10 times and we just want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm tired, I'm dizzy, I'm cold, and I'm hungry. I just want to go and somewhere safe to lay my head. That's all I want to do. So about 6 o'clock, the train finally opened up so we can get on it. Yay! And so we conversed some more. I'm still trying to stay up because I hadn't really slept. Yeah, I slept a little bit at the hospital, but once they wake you up every 2 seconds, that's not sleeping. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, we get on the train, going towards H.E. Holmes. Now, I'm so delirious. Did I get off at Wesley? Oh, the humanity. When I just need to go to H.E. Holmes. So here I am having to wait another 30 minutes. So I finally get back home about 7:15, and I just slept the rest of that day. I was mad though, because that day is where people were coming in to give us a beauty makeover, and I didn't get to share in that. I mean, every now and then I like to be beautified, but oh well. I'm just thinking, if I hadn't fought around with the social worker, I could have been on the train and I could have been back home and I could have been in my bed and I could have been beautified the next day. But no, Grady likes to pick people out in the middle of the night who has dizzy spells and vertigo, and they can't tell their up from their down and their side from their right, and it was just horrible. So, moral of the story is, never, ever would I ever go to Grady unless it's trauma, unless, we just say trauma. I'm not going to say, because I'm not trying to speak that over my body. Anyway, So next time I would either go to Piedmont or Emory. Well, maybe not Emory, since I found out Emory and Grady is the same company. I don't know. Maybe they treat you the same way. I'm not taking that chance. So it's Piedmont, since I can't get to Northside. Oh yeah, that one time when I was at Southern Regional, they didn't kick me out. Shoot, they basically almost detained me waiting for a social worker to give me a ride. So, Grady. And speaking of Grady, did Grady have a nerve to send me one of those links for a survey? And I waited too late to do a survey, but I sure wanted to tell them about themselves. But hey, here's a video talking about Grady. That's how I'm going to tell them about themselves. Well, Dawnies, remember to toast to life because it always makes for a great story. Please check out my other content on the channel. Is that the right way? Yeah, please check out my other content on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And I'll see you next week. Bye.